Hey, Willie, thanks for being on the show today.
Oh, I'm excited. Glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, this is great. So everybody, this is Willie. Willie and I, we teach a mastermind class every Wednesday for Robyn Openshaw's Take Action for Freedom. And we just, we teach like introduction to cryptocurrency, talk a lot about Bitcoin and all the different projects from beginning to staking our coins. And it's pretty fun. So it's a weekly class too. So if you love crypto, you should definitely come and check us out, right? It's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people. You really talk about it. They get engaged. I'm always surprised at how engaged they are.
Yeah, and it's like such a sweet community, and I love that. It's like we keep building and building this like awesome positive community. It's a good experience.
And if you say something, they remember. I mean, the guy says I said something probably a year ago. This one of the guys, George, he remembered. They remember everything you say.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's fun. So anyway, so last week you taught, right? And you kind of like were like, "Hey everybody, I've been working with this project, MoveQuest, and we can move to earn cryptocurrency." So tell us a little bit about it and how you got into it.
Yeah. So yeah, last week she asked me to come on board, and I got a chance to talk about my top 5 projects uh, that coming up. And one of my top 5 projects, in fact, number 2, that I got really excited about was MoveQuest. And this proof of physical activity uh, really got me boiling. It really got me excited because I'm a health guy. I've been in the coaching game for about 2 decades, former athlete, professional athlete myself. And I'm always talking to people about health and wealth. I'm always talking about people how important it is for you to be healthy. Well, the biggest problem it solves, I think, 2 of the biggest problems we face in the world, not just here in America, in the world. Number one, physical activity, getting out, moving, getting in better shape, putting your body in better shape. We know that when your body's in better shape, the things that it surrounds that helps make everything else better. And then secondly, be able to compensate you, incentivize you. One of the things you learn, especially as an athlete, one of my coaches used to tell me all the time, flesh can't beat flesh. But when I incentivize you with something you want, you will fight flesh, right? You will go and do what you need to do. And they figured it out. And she's figured it out pretty good. The creator of this project, this decentralized project, it is amazing. And when I looked into it and I got a chance to talk to the creator, I got fired up. I got fired up.
Yeah, totally. So, a lot of what Willie and I talk about is, we're moving, like right now we're in Web 2. We got our smartphones, we got Facebook, social media, all that really cool stuff. But like what happens right now is, if you're on an iPhone or an Android, your steps are being tracked every single day, your sleep patterns, your heart rate, if you're wearing like a watch. And as we transition into Web3, right? The internet's getting an upgrade to blockchain. We are going to be paid for our data. So the creator of this awesome project figured out a way to build this application on top of Avalanche blockchain and integrate it to pull the data from our iPhone or Android, and then we can earn while we move. I mean, proof of physical activity. It's what an awesome concept.
Yeah. And so basically, essentially, I mean, I compare it just like this. And they specifically copy the Bitcoin tokenomics in the way they designed it. And we can go into that later. But this proof of physical activity, your energy, your movement, your steps is mining a coin that literally has moved up in value astronomically since its launch. Probably 45 days ago now, we saw a coin that went from $1 to $3, took a little dip, $16. and now sitting at an astounding over $100. And you think that won't get people excited and get people moving? I see people in the group in the MoveQuest Facebook page. This lady talked about she's lost 45 pounds.
Right. And I think that's like, I love making money, and I know we all do, right? But
Yeah,
even for me, like, I just started and I am moving my body so much more. And I was also a Division I athlete back in the
yeah,
day. And I'm just like, I'm so motivated, it's
yeah.
just, it's awesome. It's such a
What
cool
sport?
feeling.
What sport?
I played shortstop I played,
Oh,
yeah.
softball.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
played softball, basketball, volleyball. I'll do anything. I love playing sports.
all around volleyball player. I mean, all around athlete. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I just got so excited about the project. It really struck for me, and I've been leading this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I believe that this is a humanitarian project. And
Yep.
why do I say that? And I'll justify why I say that, because it's number one, getting people to it's incentivizing people to do something they wouldn't normally do, get their bodies in better shape, which leads to all kind of benefits, and then also closing the gap for them in resources. There's other projects that's tried to come out and do this exact project, and I won't name any projects, but they tried to do it, but no one hit the home run like MoveQuest is about to do and doing. And so this is going to be fun, and it's just getting started. It's just getting started. This is going to be bananas, and they
Right.
can't say that they gonna be able to, they ain't gonna be able to say the digital coach didn't tell them.
That's right. That's right. Everybody heard it here. But it's such a fascinating concept, right? Because Bitcoin is proof of mining. So the software that runs solves complicated, like, mathematical, puzzles. And then whatever computer system solves that puzzle, you get a piece of the Bitcoin, right? So
Correct.
you're mining the Bitcoin by solving these mathematical problems. But with MoveQuest, we earn MoveQuest by moving our body. So as we move our body, that algorithm is triggering the mining mechanism to pay us for movement. I mean, and it's still like super secure, decentralized on the Avalanche blockchain, and no venture capital money, right? Because that's super important, like, if this is going to be a humanitarian project, it has to be a fair launch. And how you earn these tokens is by moving your body, or now you could buy it through Uniswap, but like, it's so motivating.
Yeah. So again, the creator did a beautiful job of what they did, and they openly said, okay, what better project to copy than Bitcoin?
Right.
And, and I mean, you said a great example. If you with how Bitcoin is mined, with the computer power, but you need a lot of energy, you need a lot of electricity. You got all the upfront costs, and your reward also is that I'm going to get a portion of this Bitcoin if I'm able to put together this energy and this electricity to solve these complicated math problems and verify transactions on. Well, flip over to MQT, the same thing is happening with your body. The amount of energy, the amount of electricity you have to expend to be able to get an opportunity to mine these MQT tokens that are raising in value and creating the same excitement and scarcity. Because right now, there's only 200,000 of them in circulation around the world, period. Just like you said, a fair launch. They did not do any pre-sale of the tokens. That kills so many projects. When you
Totally.
see millions of people, they got in early and they all on Twitter. I got a million of them. I got a million. I got this many of them. You know what's going to happen when it launches. We've seen it so many times. Coin launches, goes up 100%. Next thing you know, it's back down 99%.
Right.
And the people that saw it late or didn't see it at all, they get dumped up. That happens all the time. Or they give all these venture capitalists, they bring them on board to fund the front run of the building of it, allocate them so many coins. Sometimes they may lock them up for a little while, but then sometimes they don't. And these venture capitalists, when they sit there, they know what's coming. They create these liquidity pools. The venture capitalists do it because they know what's going to happen. Then they get away to either rug pool or dump on the project. Well, this humanitarian project, there were no pre-sale. There was no venture capitalists. There was no upfront token sale. There was no one that got any tokens. The creator gets tokens and the dev team gets tokens the same way we do, moving your body. And it's all verifiable on the blockchain because this is a 100% decentralized project, and the smart contract and everything that they built around this is just brilliant. I'm telling you, I think she's going for a Nobel Peace Prize here.
You know, I love it. And like, I love your passion. And again, it's like, it's so contagious because I'm just like, I'm so ready, you know? And I think a lot of people are. And again, to earn while we move our money is so motivating. So let's talk about these miners because I know so many people have questions about, okay, like, do I have to go to the store and buy GPUs and CPUs from NVIDIA? Tell us a little bit about that.
No, so unfortunately and fortunately, you don't have to do that. It is simply like what you talked about earlier. They're using the data from your Android or iPhone that's already there. And so they're piggybacking on these people that's already surveilling you. They're already keeping track of your data. They're already tracking your steps. But why not you get paid for it? Why not you get incentivized for the fact that they're doing it? So it's simply like this. You create a MetaMask account, you go to their website, you get you purchase one of their miners, and away you go. And you get excited because you want to be a part of this community, but also there's a gamified aspect to this as well. And so when you buy, I want someone to think about it like this. When I go to the movie theaters and I purchase that ticket, what am I really expecting? What am I getting for that purchase of a ticket?
An experience.
Yes, yes. And so you go to the movie theaters, you go and buy your popcorn, you spending your money, you're all excited, you're all cheering about the anticipation of what this movie's going to be like. And we come and do it again and again and again for the experience.
Yeah.
And so a part of MoveQuest is that when you purchase your first miner, everybody gets all excited, but then that experience kicks in, the challenges. Okay, if I can get one miner and I'm only mining at 50% capacity, can I get to 100%? But then can I get 20,000 steps? Can I get 10,000 steps? Can I get 15,000 steps? Okay, can I do 3 workouts a day? So the gamify aspect kicks in for every human because all of a sudden they become goal oriented within the system. And they want to achieve all these steps. Just like if you turn on your video game and you start playing the video game, you're either trying to get to the next level by the money you pay for it, by buying. My kids like Dad, can you buy me Roblox? Dad, can you buy me? Or you have to get on that game and you have to try to achieve your way to the top level. Both you can do here. And so that gamify aspect kicks in for every human. It's natural in us. It's natural in us, right? That competitive thing comes back into us. And by the way, I'm incentivized with a scarce, great tokenomics, MQT token on top of it that can actually in real time be able to help me or help my family or fill in the gaps for wherever I need financially as well.
Yeah, and I love that. And there's only 21 million MQT tokens.
Correct. There will only ever be 21 million tokens ever. And so right now there's 2,500 released today. September 15th, it will be moved when they do their official launch. It'll be moved to 5,000 MQT tokens released daily. And that goes to everyone around the world. Just like Bitcoin, there's only so many released a day. I don't care. I don't care if Larry Fink wants to buy more. I don't care if President Trump wants to buy more. There's only ever going to be 5,000 MQT tokens produced daily. And so then it's going to stay that way for the next 4 years. And they're going to have a halving just like Bitcoin until the year 2060 when the last MQT is mined. But let me tell you what they put in place here that's so brilliant about what they've done. So let's see how I can explain. I want to explain this without using too much technical jargon, but most projects need liquidity. They need a liquidity pool. And so what they get is these token pairs. Let's, for instance, say Bitcoin and USDT. They pair these two together. And then people can bring their Bitcoin or their USDT and put these pairs together, and they're able to provide liquidity for the exchange, the platform, for whatever. And they'll get to participate in the fees for that project. All right. So you get rewarded in the fees or whatever you brought to it. So if you brought Bitcoin, you get rewarded in Bitcoin fees. Well, what happens is some of these liquidity pools, they get massive. These guys get a lot of coins built up, and the price gets high. What do? They dump the liquidity pool. They
sure
dump
do.
on everybody and tank the price. Well, this was so brilliant. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. This humanitarian project has a built-in liquidity provision and it has an algorithm that the coin, the algorithm, the smart contract it has a built-in liquidity pool. So it needs no outside sources. It needs no venture capitalist money. It is self-sustaining within the own ecosystem. The liquidity provision kicks in to protect it, the token prices, and always help stabilize it, just like an outside liquidity pool. So the algorithm is never going to dump on us. The algorithm is never going to get so high the token get to $17,000 and decide, I'm going to take my money today. The algorithm is never going to do that. So they understood in this humanitarian project that they wanted to protect the people from the people. So there is no people to take from you in this humanitarian project. I'm fired up. I don't know about anybody
I
else.
love it. Oh my God, this was
This is why when I got on Robyn's show the other day, and we got to talking, and this is my number 2 project. I stopped everything. There is nothing more exciting right now. Well, Bitcoin's down, but MQT's up. Well, no, everything's down right now. Cardano's down, but MQT is up. So I stopped everything. And my single focus right now is MQT. My single focus right now is MoveQuest and getting many people excited and on board this and get to moving. I'm at work today, and you know what my guys are telling me? Hey, I got to get my steps. I got to get my steps.
I mean, this is awesome. I mean, this is really, really good, right? Because we have like an obesity epidemic in the United States, and like to move our body and to be rewarded, this is awesome. Like, I am just so excited. Like, even my wife, she's just like, as soon as we woke up, she's like, let's go, let's get the dog and go for a walk. And that's, we're constantly like dancing around because it's like, 150 degrees outside. So we're inside, like just freaking out, moving our bodies, like just taking more breaks throughout the day. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm all in. You helped me get set up. I got a couple of Lennies, and it's pretty cool too, because one of the things that I always look for is like, it's like barriers to entrance, right, Willie? Because if I want to mine Bitcoin, like I pretty much I might as well go work for like one of the mining companies. They're huge now. But
You missed it.
right, you missed it. So with
Yeah.
this, it's $50 for your first miner.
Yeah.
And if you only have $50, then you walk and earn, and then you can reinvest your MQT that you earn and get yourself a second miner and do it that way, or get a bunch of miners and start walking.
Exactly. Well, just like Bitcoin, Satoshi knew that the barrier to entry had to be for every person, but he also knew that in this peer-to-peer cash system that he was trying to create, that the value had to increase over time, so that the store of value would be there to protect people's wealth over a period of time. But also what they did was create the Satoshi, right? So he made sure that Satoshi's was in there so that no matter where you at in the planet, you can be a part of the Bitcoin experience. Well, same thing here. She made sure that no matter where you at on the planet, the barrier to entry is that you can get involved and can help change your life from a financial standpoint and be able to earn this scarce token. And so I thought that was brilliant. $50 to get in. But who doesn't have $50? Right. And then if you want to get, a part of the gamified system, once you get involved, then you can use those rewards to, just like you just said, to buy more miners, to go to the next levels, I always tell you, let's take softball for example. You got a first base, shortstop, and you got a second baseman and third baseman. That's your infield. Well, if my first baseman is pretty weak in this gamified system, I can go up my first baseman mining power. Now I can put them at 100%. Now my shortstop, what are they lacking? I can up my shortstop. I can up my third baseman to have the best team possible in any of the given docs that they have within the platform. And people have to just get inside the platform and start pushing buttons and playing around. Because once you get in there and start pushing buttons and playing around, your natural kid tendency kicks in, and you start to want to compete. And that's all of us. That's innate in all of us. We want to compete. We want to see where we're at. And when they relaunch in September the 15th, all of these, there's going to be a bunch of little nuances that's going to be there. There's going to be incentives for just awards for incentives. You may get more mining power for one day if you hit 30,000 steps or you run 2 miles today. Yeah. So they're going to challenge people daily and incentivize them to go out and do things that they wouldn't normally do from a health standpoint. So
I love it.
I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be a kind of a push of a button that the everyday person can get involved. And, just like in the beginning days of Bitcoin, I don't know about you. I got introduced to Bitcoin in 2015, and it seemed like such a learning curve, a process to get involved, getting a wallet, remembering a seed phrase, making sure that, I didn't lose that seed phrase. And I had a password for this and a password for that. And then how do I move I got to remember this receiving address that seems to be, I don't even know what those numbers, digits, letters, what is that? I got to copy that. And I got to make sure that I can protect my, all of that seemed daunting at first, but as you got into Bitcoin and you start to play around a little bit, you start to understand what all that security for. MQT has the same thing. It has a learning curve. The app has a learning curve. But once you get in there and start playing around, you start to realize that, all of it's a part of the system. All of the GameFi system, its own ecosystem that very self-sustaining. And I believe that they have built the project not for this bull run, but for 2060. They had 2060 in mind, because if you're going to have the last point mined in 2060, they had to build a project. And this project didn't just launch. I mean, not just launch, just being worked on. They've been building this for 3 years. And so they've been building on this for something that can last the ages. Me and you may not be around in 2060.
We don't know.
I don't even know how old I'll be in 2060. Hey, maybe they'll move us to another planet or something and have our brains or something. You never know.
Anything's possible these days.
Yeah. Well, Elon already talking about in 4 years we're going to Mars. We're going to be a multiplanetary human species. So you never know. But in the year 2060, you may be gone, but you have a wallet there that you could pass on to anyone you want. And they had the long run in view of this project, just like Satoshi had for Bitcoin, the long-term view, which the last Bitcoin won't be mined till the year 2140.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and again, it's like I know how daunting and like all the technical jargon with some of these projects. So what I did before we got on this call, I went ahead and I just step by step walked everyone through how to set up a MetaMask wallet, right? So it's a soft wallet, get downloaded on the computer or your phone. And if you follow the instructions, I think sometimes listening to all these words, but you're really just pressing buttons, you just follow the instructions, and I walk you through step by step, yes. Right? Because I know so many people are excited about getting into MQT, but they're like, what do I do first? And we have to get that MetaMask wallet. So yeah.
And I think and I'm always excited about the people that at least open to things, and you get those people that, we'll move on. But the first step, if you get the MetaMask wallet, get your activation code, and it runs from there.
Totally. And it's, and the thing is, like, I think everyone should at least look into this, because so we kind of started real quick, right? So you were helping us. We just got one miner, and since then we bought a bunch more. So we had one miner. my phone, I'm a privacy girl, everybody knows that. So I had to like re-put on all my tracking devices.
Uh-oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
like I didn't really do too much, but I still made a couple bucks that first day. So it's like if
Boom.
I'm making $5 a day times 30 days, that's 150 bucks. Then I could purchase another miner and then
Up
evolve
my
it
money
to the
account.
next level, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like you can literally start with 50 bucks and walk, you know.
yeah. And you start to build your own experience.
Exactly.
And then you start to dream about, okay, if I can make $150 a month, I can make 1,050 in a month.
Right.
And there's no one stopping me but me.
Right.
And see, that's what I fell in love with Bitcoin for. It's because I realized that it didn't matter your last name. It didn't matter what school you came from. It didn't matter what your education was. It didn't matter what part of the world you were born in. It didn't matter your family affiliation. It didn't matter what church you went to. It didn't matter what your parents did. If you got the education, if you just learned that you would have a chance to earn something or grab your hands on something that could change your life. And MQT is doing that on both stages. That if you can just grab your mind a second to cross those barriers of entry and learn what it is that you're doing and learn how to open a MetaMask. Put the GetFit mining app in there. Open up your iPhone and get the Apple Heart or Google Fit to your phone on Android. And those small 6 steps, then you can have an opportunity to earn something that if I can make 150 just walking, I can make 1,050 if I just, get into this experience, the gamify system, because there are people that's doing that right now. And I got, I'm not making income claims and not saying what it is because each one is buried their own experience. But I got really excited when I looked at it, and I'm getting my steps, and next thing I know, I'm earning $80 a day. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Well, let's do that in what you call it, $80 a day. That's like $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a $15 an hour job. Now, if I can earn $15 an hour job, I can go earn a $30 an hour job. But in the real world, that's not so easy to transition from a $15 job to a 30-hour job. But here, that's easier because I can either put my economic power to work or I can put my body to work. I can go get my physical energy and get out and get more steps. I can go out and go to the gym and go work out. But yeah, I don't have to go to the gym. I can go to the corner of my house, get some rocks, and I'm sitting there doing this in the street, and people trying to figure out what the heck is that guy doing. And I'm doing jumping jacks, and I'm doing steps. I'm doing this, and they're like, "What is this guy doing?" Don't mind me. I'm at my like 30 per hour job. I'm making $30 an hour right here. Don't mind me. And so I can do that all the way till I'm making $100 a day if I want to.
Right.
Because it's all on me. It's all on me. The ball's in
Exactly.
your court.
Yep.
And if this is not unattainable, people, because you can cash out your MQT every day if you wanted to. But do I really want to cash out my MQT? Just like Bitcoin miners when they mine Bitcoin, they don't really want to cash out their Bitcoin because they're thinking about the future. They're thinking about the future price of it. I cash out at $5 and it turns into, well, MQT to be exact. What about those guys that got their first little MQT and they cashed out at $5? And now MQT is $100. They
Right.
like, oh man, I cashed out $100 token for $5 a token. Oh my God, right? So there's going to be a store value aspect to it as well, where people going to be they're like, I ain't cashing my MQT. I'm holding it for a future. And if we are correct that they've created a project that's 2060, there are going to be some people that's going to be able to look at this. Hey, okay, if I'm moving, I can put one of these on my kid's arm. I can put this on my teenager that's playing soccer arm, and I could potentially build a future for them. I
Yeah.
could potentially use their energy to pay for college education. I could potentially use this energy. That's what we're doing here. This energy to buy their first home or their first car.
Yeah.
So let's think about this. I'm telling you, this is a humanitarian project, and that's what I'm calling it. I mean, somebody prove me wrong. Somebody prove me wrong. This is the best. This is the best project out there. This is the best project out there right now. And I'm not excluding. I'm not talking about to some of your big caps because I believe Cardano's a beautiful thing.
I was like,
Cardano is,
Cardano's going to change the
yeah,
way we govern. So,
yeah.
that's
Cardano's doing some
a big
amazing
one.
thing.
Right.
And
But we
the
need
chain
our
fork,
help.
yeah, the chain fork just launched on Cardano,
Yeah.
which gives the governance, it's just released 1.5 billion ADA to no dollars to the Cardano community to be able to build the. There's no, I mean, that's beautiful. He's doing exactly what this project is doing, what people should have done.
Exactly.
And he's doing it.
Exactly.
Charles
This is not
Hoskinson is doing it.
Ethereum backed by JP Morgan and consensus.
We're gonna go from proof of work to proof of stake. Okay, how did you do that? And it's supposed to be a decentralized project. Okay,
Right.
Ethereum. Okay, okay, Ethereum. Okay, Valerie. Now, hey, whoa, whoa, I'm not Ethereum knocker. Now, these people out here, you don't knock their
Hey, I
project.
hold
Uh,
Ethereum,
I, I
But
don't hold any Ethereum. But I mean, I don't know.
I get it. I get it. I would
Yeah,
choose
yeah,
Cardano every day. I'm just waiting, I'm just,
yeah,
we're so close now.
yeah.
But again, I think like, when I'm looking and I'm thinking about, the potential of MQT. So we want to get started. We want to download that MetaMask app. Then, it's on the Avalanche blockchain. So we need Avalanche. And one of the things that I've noticed the difference with this MQT project is their Zoom customer service. Can you tell everybody
Uh,
a little bit about it? Because I've
yeah.
been getting amazing feedback from my.
Hey, we all have that dreaded misery of having to call that 1-800 number and deal with support. Number one, right? And number two, for us, sometimes spoiled Americans, I'll say it. Hopefully, it's a person that actually speaks English that we can understand.
Right.
That's an American thing. We get it. We understand. We can accept our blind spots because you're talking to a customer support person that you don't understand what they're saying, and you keep saying, "Huh." Customer representative. How many times have we been on there, right? You try to get to customer support. Well, this is the first I've seen of it. Their customer support is via Zoom.
Yeah.
So you're looking at them face to face, and it's like, that is freaking awesome.
Right.
And then they say, share your screen with few simple steps. 5 minutes later, you're earning. Yeah, it's amazing. I thought that was the best. I tell them every time I get on there, guys, this is the best thing. This was the great creation right here. More companies will start to use a Zoom support system. And think about what it costs you less too, because their support, I mean, all you need is internet at your home, and you're doing support for AT&T or support for somebody else and
Right
support
on.
for this. Think about that. Now, you don't necessarily have to you don't have to show your face on some of the support, but I mean, that's because theirs is actually basically because all you can see is they showing you sharing your screen. They ask you what you want. They call you by name. Hey, Willie. And you're in a room, and next thing, here you go. So I think this is the horizon to see more businesses do steal this and use that Zoom support
Yeah, I
as
love that because, again, it's just like, with the centralized exchanges, it's like Coinbase is a nightmare. You can never get in touch with anybody. They
oh
put
no,
you through a loop, then you're talking to a bot, and then, it takes up. So it's very time consuming. It's not efficient and it's not pro customer, right? So this is just the best I've seen so far. So I'm
yeah,
super impressed. And the
yeah,
other cool thing is too, is like if all you have to do is download your MetaMask wallet, get some Avalanche on it, right? And
yeah.
then schedule an appointment with customer support and they'll get you set up. Is that correct?
Correct. In 2 minutes,
That's
you're up and
awesome.
running. Yeah, in two
This is
minutes, you're up and
awesome.
running. So I got on there one day and I was just watching them handle other people's calls, because you can do that when you come in, because you come into a group room, and you watch them move with ease and clarity, and they're using no big jargon. Just they say, click here, click there, boom. Click here, click there, boom. And
Yeah.
it's like, and the person like, oh, okay, I see now. And the more you can tell their experience, and they've been doing it for a while, you can tell that they've been trained very well. You don't, I tell you what you don't see on it, what I didn't never notice. I ain't heard nobody complaining on it. I ain't heard nobody yelling at them. Hey, it's your fault. My fault on what? That you couldn't download MetaMask? Here, hit that button right there. So it's pretty sweet. I mean,
Yeah,
like you
super
said,
supportive. We
if
have
you
to
can
be
download,
supportive. Yeah, this
yeah,
is
eh,
so new. And that's the thing. We need patience, right? Every person who's teaching and assisting people, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't have a lot of patience and really like understanding like we're moving into a new economy. We're moving into the fourth industrial revolution. There is a little bit of a learning curve, especially now because everything is still pretty new. We're everything's emerging, right?
yeah,
It's
correct.
here, we're getting adopted, but we're still early. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, I think let's look at the internet age as it came about. The internet, I mean, the internet was created to connect us all, right? And so people around the world are able to connect with each other in real time. We was able to bridge the gap. You didn't have to send a mail anymore. You could send an email. And you go back and you watch old videos and people struggle with emails. Like, I gotta email somebody? What do you mean? Well, I just send them a letter. What do you call it? Something what do we used to call it back then? A overnight letter or whatever you said. They used to send letters by mail. Well, why can't I just call them on my landline? Well, I can just email them and they'll get it faster, and I ain't got to talk to them, and I can continue doing my work and my business. And so that's what the internet brought us. The internet brought us these interactions. The first part of the internet, you went to these pages and it was more or less all reading stuff. It was not interactive. You couldn't
correct,
touch and click. It was
correct.
just kind of that. And its transition from one page to the next was a little slow. That is that first version of the internet. And some believe that it was just going to be a place where these stay-at-home moms took pictures of their cats and put it online.
I know.
That's what they visualized. But these guys had a longer term vision. They saw what can happen with this and how it can connect everybody around the world. Then we got Web 2 of the internet, right? Now we got, remember Napster? You know,
Totally.
oh, Napster with their music, and boy, that was a error, wasn't it? He was making a lot of money off of people's thing. Then we had what was the one before Facebook? Oh my God, I can't think. I know it is right now.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got MySpace. You got interactive websites. You can now touch and move. You could get voice out of it. You can watch videos in real time. And so you started to see this very interactive community within the social media, or what we started that coined that term now, social media, and brung it together where you can now talk to someone in real time. You could Skype them and all these things. Now, Skype was very glitchy, but you could do it around the world, and so you get to talk and meet people around the world. Well, but throughout this system, there's two things. Those two systems. It's still just like the other industrial. A limited amount of people got to benefit from it. So the everyday person didn't have access to being able to uh, earn from these Facebooks, Napsters, these Googles, these Amazons. Unless you had seed money, unless you were a certain person, you got to get in
Right. You
before
need
the
to be
IPO.
right. You need to
Yeah,
be an accredited investor, right? Make
yeah,
250
yeah,
grand a year and have over $1 million
all
of
that.
net worth, not
Yeah,
including your house.
correct. Yes.
Right.
So you didn't get a chance to do that. Now look at the early stages of the internet. Yeah, you were the consumer that they were building their backs off of, that they were building their community and their money off of. You were the one that's consuming the product that they're making the money off of. You had no other choice in that. Web 3 is going to bring us the opportunity that we get to participate now. We ain't got to be an accredited investor. You don't need 250,000. You just need the information. All
Right.
right. You get a seat at the table. All right. Number two, you get to earn as a consumer. So now we're in a partnership generation, a partnership financial, where we can partner with these companies that want to build out these infrastructure, build out these platforms that use your data, partner with these integrated decentralized exchanges and whatnot to be able to earn ourselves, the everyday person. That's what Web 3 is bringing. Web 3 is bringing that vision to everyday people around the world. You're going to see the wealth grow. I believe this is the biggest wealth exchange in the history of mankind that we've been witnessing, and that we are witnessing right now.
It's happening right now, and that's it. So we show up every week and we educate as many people as we possibly can. And, at the end of the day, it's up to everyone to like maybe get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And if one or two things doesn't work out, you don't stop, you just keep working at this and learn, research, and get yourself started in cryptocurrency
Yeah.
because the world's moving
And,
to the blockchain.
and it doesn't matter. You could be, you could be wheelchair bound, but I can sit in my wheelchair and I can do this, and
Totally.
I'm earning, right? And I can potentially pay my bills like that because you could put your
That's a
energy
good
to work
point.
or your economic power to work. This is my number one project now. This is the I'm mainly focused on right now. I don't know for how long, but this is what I'm focused on for right now. And I'm putting my energy towards being able to create a financial future for my family, but get myself in the best shape possible. I feel
Totally.
like now that I can look at next year, okay, let me see what a marathon looks like. Well, I'm already training every day, right? I'm all right. So I'm not that guy that rolled off the couch and ran a marathon. I've been training with MQT. MQT. How many steps am I going to get in this marathon? Maybe they boost me that week. Oh man, what if they boost you for
Right.
running a marathon? You get paid, you get have more than 20,000 steps. Oh man.
What a fascinating idea. I would love to see
Yes.
that. I would love
So
that.
if you run a marathon, we will be able to incentivize you and open up the steps so that yeah, that'd be awesome.
I
My
love that.
brain's just turning. I'm so
I know.
excited
So
for
I
this
and I know
platform.
I know everyone listening to this, Willie's got to be so excited right now. So you do need an invitation, right, to
Right.
join the Fitbit app. So what I'm going to do is I'll have the invitation code. I'll put it down in the description. So, and again, you could go, I just made that video about MetaMask wallet. You could download that wallet and then there's that code right there, right? And that's what you need to get started.
Yeah, put that invitation code into your MetaMask browser, and away you go.
Away
And
you
they have
go.
the setup instructions right there too. You click on a button when you open it, that's all the setup instructions. And everyone needs an activation code from someone else to get involved. So it's just awesome. They're connecting the people,
That's it. We're
connecting the
connecting
people as well.
everybody, one person at a time. I loved what you said to me yesterday. I did like an impromptu class and I was like, I don't know if 2 people or 10 people are going to show up. And you were like, 2 people is all we need to start a revolution. So here we
That's it.
go. It's time to get fit and we're going to get fit mining.
That's it. Awesome.
All
I
right. So
love it.
Willie, you've never been on my show before. So when I end the show, the name of my group is called HODLon. Hold on for dear life, right? So
Awesome.
we always end the show by saying HODLon. So go ahead, sweetie. Till next week, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Till next time, huddle on.
HODLon.